Howdy. Uh, there's some interesting things going on, maybe some have noticed. For example, the world's cooking oil supply is facing an unprecedented shortage as the Ukraine war cuts off a crucial supplier. Here's how 6 countries are handling the strain. These kind of news you can find all over the place. And of course, they're blaming Russia and Ukraine and so on. And there's like not just only food oil shortages, it's like I made a video about 10 weeks to go on wheat supplies for oil for earth. The global cooking oil supply is taking a hit from the Ukraine war, and it's being felt all over the world, from Indonesian markets to fish and chip shops in the UK. Russia and Ukraine collectively export close to 2/3 of the world's sunflower oil and main ingredient in many packaged and prepared foods, which has made finding sunflower and other vegetable oils more difficult, putting more pressure on a market already strained by extreme weather and droughts. So you can read, I will put a link below, you can read that, but I wanted to show you another thing as well, which might be interesting. Finnish news broadcast, official state, whatever news portal this is, or how you call it. Sweden finds enormous substance floating in Gulf of Botnia. Samples of the unknown substance are being analyzed. I guess that's a boat, I'm not sure. An unknown substance was seen floating in the Gulf of Botnia between Finland and Sweden this week. Members of Sweden's Coast Guard found a 200-kilometer long and 10-kilometer wide unknown substance floating in the middle of the Gulf of Botnia, according to the Swedish public broadcaster SR, characterizing the presumably spilled substance enormous. SR reported that apart from spills of mineral-based oil, the incident was likely the largest of its kind, according to the Swedish Coast Guard. Kalle Ahola, West Finland Coast Guard District's field director, said on Thursday that the substance was spotted in satellite images taken about a day and a half ago. The Swedish Coast Guard has been monitoring the situation from the air. There is not certainty or even suspicions about what the substance could be, but it's not likely mineral-based oil, so there is no need to control measures, Ahola explained. Pori, Söderhamn, location of the mystery substance seen in the Gulf of Botnia. Most of the substance had evaporated by Thursday, but samples were taken and are currently being analyzed, according to Ahola. Based on the initial satellite images, the trail of the unknown substance floating in the middle of the Gulf was located between the Finnish port cities of Pori and Rauma. Ahola said he did not know from where the substance may have come. Fire aboard ship carrying flammable liquids in Gulf of Finland. Yeah, this would be also interesting. I haven't read this yet, through. I just read the title and I thought about, could this be probably some kind of food oil? No, it's actually not a ship. Whatever that is. Maybe just from a camera and point it on. Why are parents so tired in the world's happiest country, and how did Finland find itself in a financial mess involving the United Nations? Yeah, this is really interesting. There's some substance. Let's check out some things. Let's go to volcanoes and earthquakes. Two days might be enough. No quake happened there. Pori and Rauma. So it's somewhere here in the middle of the sea. And I was thinking now as I read the thing, since it is evaporating and no one knows where it's coming from. We have seamounts and craters and stuff in the Gulf of Botnia, but as we learned a long time ago, it's not really visible because it's all faded out. Here is Rauma. And Pori. Pori, Rauma. In between, about here. Did we have any map? Just to make sure that we are watching at the right spot. One picture, no map. Second, it's in the middle. Pori and Söderhamn. We had a map, so let's check it out. Pori, Söderhamn. Here. Maybe there is something, maybe not, going on underground. I don't know. Let's check out some windy things. So we have now 12 hours. Maybe it's not enough. Because if it happened before that, we don't see anything here. If there's anything visible here. That's radar. Nothing of interest. Nothing which would stick out. At least not in the last 12 hours. What about satellite? Is there anything which could be an indication of something geological in progress? Where the substance, whatever it is, maybe it's just nothing. Maybe it's no food oil just dumped into the sea. For whatever reason, someone would do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone would figure out, hey, that's a good idea. Ka-ching. Yeah, nothing going on. So I want to still show you some of the pictures I didn't show last time about clouds. They were somehow like really interesting to watch as they moved, but I don't have the possibility to make time-lapse pictures or time to make a time-lapse picture. And it's really interesting. And some of them, they are like really quickly over, so you have to be really quick in order to get a glimpse of them. I thought this looked really interesting. And yeah, I just said it before, but I say it again. They are moving. It needs a certain eye to see them moving, even though it is really hard to explain what I see or how, like the features what I think are interesting. For example, this here in the middle. This is like a conversion zone inside this one cloud. And that's a bit of a wider angle, and we have colors, and we have the sun here. And that's really, I think that's really neat. And we have those streamers coming out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the same, a little bit enhanced. There's so much stuff going on in those. And if you think about how Earth looks from satellite pictures, you will recognize similar features and patterns, such as triangular shapes and such. We had a halo, I don't know, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Yesterday, I guess. Yeah, it's a bit over enhanced, but I tried to pull the colors forth. That's why the sun is a bit blurred out. And I think it's really interesting, this really long streak which goes there. Otherwise, blue sky, more or less. And the thing is, you need sunglasses, polarized sunglasses, because otherwise you can't really watch. Yeah, this would be maybe also cool one to increase, but this one is increased. I mean, this picture is also like the next picture is the increased version of that. And there is like flowers here, thousands, and there are hundreds of them in our yard. And occasionally you can spot a bumblebee, but I haven't seen any bee yet. Not one single bee. And we have those boxes for bats here in our yard, 2 of them. And I like bats. When I was younger, I was this kind of ornithologist dude, waking up really early and run in the forest and check out some birds. That's a mosquito and not a UFO. Just wanted to make that clear. Same picture enhanced. There's so much going on. Like plasma behaves, molecular structures and filamentary structures. All present in one picture. Really interesting. There was a thunderstorm in the city today. Really interesting. But I was busy, I couldn't somehow following it really. But there was at least one lightning strike quite close. A quite big one. Like, there is this old saying that if you see the flash you can count the seconds and it tells you the distance, and I counted about 3, so I think it's about 3 kilometers away, which could be actually, from the location I have been, the plasma rock site, but I have no idea of the direction or whatsoever, just alone from the distance. And there is quite good proof at the plasma rock site that there has been at least once a huge lightning strike. You can check out the plasma rock, what is it, playlist or something. Don't expect any talk. It's really awkward to talk. They are really neat. They are here. Like hippos. That's a really cool sunset we have. very much going on here in the middle, and also some red down here. The next picture is almost over enhanced, but I really try to pull the colors forth, and also the filaments. There it's really red, and here's like so much color, and there's so much stuff going on. It's really interesting since we are quite far north, so we are within the polar vortex. Oh, so many mosquitoes, unbelievable. Even though it's windy. Yeah, this was really hard to somehow capture. Sorry. Rice Krispies. There is the moon. There are some dark clouds, low clouds, and I have no idea how high those others are. Those red, they seem to be really high. Or not, I don't know. Interesting nonetheless. This doesn't look like anything at first glance, probably to most people, I guess. I don't know. But again, many mosquitoes and clouds. These are clouds there in the background. Filaments. Colorful filaments. So I just think if the first nights come in white are the second, the red ones, I don't know. It is worrying me that there is no bees and no bats. We would have probably less mosquitoes with the bats. There are many kinds of bat species all over the world. They are really sensitive. Where are the bats? Where is Batman? Batman. Batman is a city in Turkey, occasionally hidden by rather strong quakes. In the local store, there is some youth summer disco thing or something. And how can it be that there is a witch and a dragon drawn on this village I moved into? Funny. A thunderstorm cloud. It was raining 10 minutes after, quite strongly. And it was already raining. Before that, a little bit. Yeah, that's a video. You can see how the cloud is rising. And if you think about that, quite some energy it takes to make this thing happen. And I think this is happening rather quickly. If you look at the top, you can see it how it rises. It's really interesting. Another halo. Mr. MBB33 remembered all of us that now all the planets are on one side of the sun. I think I made videos about that some time ago, but there's so much going on, other things, important things, that I really didn't have time to. But anyway, it's really important to understand that about the relation, earthquakes, and all these kind of things. Amazing times. 18 years ago or something, there was the highest magnitude earthquake ever recorded, 9.1, which happened just at a time when all planets have been on one side of the sun. Solar system isn't in equilibrium, and since things are a little bit messed up with Earth weakening magnetic field, magnetic pole shift going on really rapidly. Yeah, I think it's really important to be aware of the changes which go on. They affect every one of us. In a few weeks, when the brutal reality unfolds in front of those who didn't understood yet about that there is something going on. Yeah, there will be a brutal awakening. Water and such. Hail is also water. And I think many people in Central Europe, they start to think that what is going on? Germany, hailstorm, half a meter of hail in a city. Amazing. It's for real. But anyway. I will leave it here. Thanks.